Hey friends, how's it going? Warren here. Welcome back to Scent Savant. Today I have a bunch of fragrances that have one thing in common. They all perform amazingly over 12 hours. And a lot of us are concerned with that. So for those of you that want that beast mode fragrance, stay tuned. 12-hour power. I want the strong one. Let's roll the intro.
Welcome to Scent Savant, and welcome to the sensational world of fragrances, where every spray tells a story and every note captivates the senses. Join me on a journey of olfactory exploration as we uncover the secrets of the most alluring scents on the market. Welcome to
Scent Savant.
The first fragrance I'm going to talk to you about today is a hidden gem. It's a fragrance that nobody knows about, nobody talks about. It's a house that I've been getting into these last few months, and I have just found that I love this house. And this fragrance is Amber Iris by EPC, standing for Experimental Perfume Club. Fantastic fragrance. Let's get into this one because this is the true definition of a hidden gem. I don't think there's one review on YouTube all about this one. So this one I picked up at arielshoshana.com. Great little online boutique that carries a lot of eclectic and unheard of houses that are just amazing. So if you're looking for some hidden gems, head over to Ariel Shoshana. I don't have any discount codes, any affiliate links. Not that I haven't reached out. I've actually reached out to about 10 companies that I've been buying from over the last few years. A lot of these companies I've spent over $10,000 with. And I told them, hey, I started a YouTube channel and I'm starting to promote some of the products that are on your website. Could I have a discount code for my subscribers? And a lot of them ghosted me and I didn't hear anything back from them. Super funny. And that's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the game, right? We're only just starting. We're only 6-8 weeks in. We're almost at 1,000, but we're doing good. And you know what? When the time comes, I'm going to choose who I want to work with at that time. So I'm still reaching out. I'm still trying to get you guys discount codes. But let's get into this one. When I sprayed this on, number one, when I got a 5 mil of this, one spray lasted like 8 to 10 hours. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And that was a little bit of a 5 mil spray. And when I gave this a full wearing and I only did 5 sprays, beyond 12 hours, unable to count it, on the sweater for 2 days. Now, before I get into the notes, this fragrance reminded me a lot of a cult classic of a Fragcom darling, and it reminded me a lot of Ombre Aria from Parfum Roma. And if you've ever experienced this fragrance, you know how good this fragrance is. This is what many call amber masterpiece, top in its class, top 3, top 5. And you can see I've used a lot of this fragrance. I love this fragrance, but this fragrance is particular. And this amber can go into the almost leathery and very aromatic and strong bite of firewood, smoky type of amber. And what they did here with Amber Iris is what I get is basically a toned down version of this that is a little bit creamier, a little bit sweeter, and honestly, a lot easier to wear. I can wear this in way more situations. Since this is like 30 some percent, 40% concentration, this thing doesn't push like almost at all. But this pushes and gives me the same strength. Now let's get into the notes. Amber Iris is a deep, velvety, warmth, sensual embrace of a fragrance. It immerses you in this elegant, warm, resinous, slightly powdery, musky sensuality. This is not simple, it's exotic, it's layered, it's textured. It takes you on a little bit of ebb and flow, but just enough that this will appeal to the masses while also appealing to the niche heads. With exotic notes like Caria incense and ambrette balanced with a creamy iris and this richness from this super natural feeling vanilla. I easily get 12 hours with 4 to 5 spritz from this fragrance. Now this fragrance opens with a very rich labdanum and myrrh. So that myrrh is slight incense, but you're not getting an incense fragrance at all. It's just adding depth. And those opening notes create this sort of deep romantic intrigue instantly to this. It's like it's instantly setting a tone for an opulent experience.
Amber Iris isn't just a fragrance, it's a masterpiece.
It's a hidden gem waiting to be experienced. It's a sensory experience. Its unique blend of resinous myrrh, creamy iris, and incense creates a scent that evolves beautifully over time, offering depth and sophistication with every wear. The 12 plus hour longevity ensures it stays with you throughout the day and the night, making it a reliable and indulgent choice. For those who appreciate complexity, artistry, and refinement in their fragrances, Amber Iris is an essential addition to your perfume wardrobe. Next up, I have for you Toni Iommi's Monkey Special. Now, full transparency, when I first smelled this fragrance from the cap, I hated it. I did not like it, didn't even want to try it, didn't want to put it on skin. I was going to Neiman Marcus and I was testing stuff over the last few years, and I smelled this from the cap a bunch of times whenever I went into Neiman Marcus, and I was just like, I don't even want to put that on skin. It smells horrible. From the cap, I don't think this smells good. You can attest to that. You can try it. I'm telling you, if you're smelling this from the cap, you might not like it. It's going to smell abrasive. It's going to smell off. It's not going to smell like what it smells like on the skin. And so I bought a fragrance from Neiman Marcus, and they had a sample in there. And one night I wasn't wearing anything, and I put that on, and that's when the magic happened. And it truly spoke to me and showed me what it exactly was about. And then I woke up the next morning, it was still there. And I was just enjoying that for the next 3-4 hours. I actually didn't even take a shower in that morning because I was like, I'm going to enjoy this for a little bit. So this fragrance, I would say, spray it on skin, give it a try, give it a full wearing. That's when it'll really speak to you. Now, this fragrance reminds me a lot of the same genre, the same family as Kilian's Angel Share. And when I got this replaced Kilian's Angel Share for me. Number one in smell, in intrigue, in complexity, and in strength. Kilian's Angel Share was a movie scent for my wife and me for like over a year. I wore that almost every weekend when we went to dinner and the movies. And I loved it. It was just habitual. And we ran out of that. And I eventually started smelling this. And before I was about to get another bottle, I got aware of this. It replaced Kilian's Angel Share for me. It is more complex. It is better blended. It's more interesting. I can wear it in the same exact occasions. And I find that I like it that much more. It just feels better made, better blended, better quality. This opens with this zesty bergamot and rum. This rum comes in right away. And there's this touch of spice from cinnamon and pink pepper. Not an overly done cinnamon, not even as much cinnamon as an Angel's Kilian Share, just to add this spice, this texture, this grittiness. And when it's first sprayed, you're getting hit with this sweetness. And the sweetness comes from vanilla, caramel, and tonka bean. And that sweetness starts to pull back in the mid because this leathery aspect comes up. Now, I don't really get a leathery aspect, but they're said that there's leather in this. I don't really get that. What I just get is a smoothness that has layers to it and starts to pull back. And then as it starts to pull back in the mid, the dry down starts to come out with this patchouli and this earthy richness. And in all, this fragrance is a gourmand with layers. And it's not just your average gourmand. It doesn't just smell sweet. It smells sensual. It smells seductive. It smells sexy. It smells edible while also smelling textured and earthy and rock star, a little bit clean, a little bit dirty, a little bit bright, and a lot of bit dark. Super sexy, super luxurious, and just very rich. Longevity is crazy good, past 12 hours. I've never even been able to track it past like 12 hours because I just can't wear fragrance that long. I'm always doing something. I'm at the gym, then I'm taking a shower. It easily goes past 11 to 12 hours for me. And on shirts, I can't wear that same shirt the next day. So often, if I'm spraying this, I'm usually using a sweater that I may use over the next few days just because I know that this is going to be stuck on there until I wash it. Sillage is not sickening, which I don't want with this. What actually happens with the sillage is it stays behind me and follows me for about 3 to 4 feet. So if I'm in a hallway and somebody walks past that hallway 5-10 minutes later, they're still going to smell it, but it's not going to push towards them when I'm in front of them past 3 or 4 feet. It's going to stay within about 2 feet for the most life of its fragrance. Super versatile, casual, formal, dressed up, dressed down, collared shirt, t-shirt, sweater, jacket, whatever you want. Date night. This is probably, man, this in a black leather jacket, black jeans, hair done, slick back. This is the jam. Super sexy. Any position or any situation that you would find a Killian's Angel Share is good to wear, this is going to be just as good to wear. I do find that this is a little bit more masculine leaning, but I definitely think a strong feminine woman can wear this. Absolutely. You can own this and this will smell super sexy on you. In conclusion, Toni Iommi by Xerjoff is not just a fragrance. It's a masterpiece. It's bold, it's complex, and it's seductive. It tells this fragrance story of rebellion and sophistication and extreme confidence. It's incredibly long lasting, and its captivating sillage makes it a worthy investment for anyone who values a statement making scent that lingers on and on for hours. Okay, next up we have Fragrance du Bois Voyage A Paris. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, there's a Fragrance du Bois that actually lasts? There's a few, and this is one of them. This is, oh gosh, this is so good. Okay, this is like Roja's Sweetie Aoud with a deeper Aoud accent. It's has that sort of vibrant French pastry thing that's toned down, and then there's this added opulence from this sort of depth that comes into this. And this thing sticks on skin like nobody's business. Now, not the biggest projector, but definitely lasts a long, long, long time. Let's get into this one. Okay, Fragrance du Bois Voyage A Paris, an opulent blend of Paris charm, intoxicating opulence, warmth. There is a very rich woods, and there's this sweetness in it that feels almost a little dusty and buttery, a little bit pastry like. And if you've ever smelled or heard about Roja's Sweetie Aoud, you know that that is regarded in Francom as one of the best gourmands. Well, this kind of does that, but makes it just sexier and more appealing to me. I don't have Sweetie Aoud anymore. I have this. This is plenty enough. And it's actually strong. Sweetie Aoud kind of underperformed for me. This whole composition just screams sophistication, elegance, romance, and a little bit of mystery. There's a slight boozy sweetness. There's a slight floral aspect that's not flowery. It just adds a brightness. This opens with a vibrant rum and woody floral of marigold, and it just basically feels vibrant. As soon as it opens, it feels lively and it feels like it pops. Then it has this sort of citrus bloom with this melange of a few florals that are not in the script. It's not like I can pick out the jasmine or the orange blossom. They just kind of meld into each other and become this sort of bright aspect. And I believe this is what adds this sort of creamy, almost pastry-like esque accent to this, where this has nuances unlike anything in my collection. And this is absolutely elegant wear. Unique, complex, soft, but bold, strong and radiating, while also being alluring and a draw you in fragrance. And then in the dry down, there's this vanilla. Very natural, not extremely sweet, just the right amount of sweetness, the right amount of, oh, I love that fragrance, and whatever you're wearing smells very natural and very delicious, and I want to smell you closer. A little bit creamy and a little bit smoky from their natural oud that Fragrance du Bois wears. They grow their own oud, and they put their own specific white oud into all of their fragrances, and it's never overdone, and this is perfectly sprinkled with that. Resinous, woody, sensual, alluring, and this one lasts. 10, 12 hours later, you're going to still be getting whiffs of this. Whoever you're with is still going to getting whiffs of this. If you put this on your clothes, you're talking 15 to 24 hours getting whiffs of it consistently. So longevity and performance is absolutely there. Versatility, this fragrance is perfect for cool weather, perfect for date nights, perfect for that extra touch of sexiness and depth and alluring. And the vanilla adds this aspect of everyday wear where you smell really good, but you also smell super unique. You have not smelled a fragrance like this. Again, the only fragrance that I can say comes close to this is Sweetie Ayoud, and personally, I like this better than Sweetie Ayoud. So this opulent profile definitely makes this better for the special occasion wears, the fancy dinners, the going out and wearing a nice shirt or a nice sweater or some nice slacks. It can still be used in casual settings. Because of that balanced sweetness, it can be used in the daytime. And that's why I really love it, because it's versatile and it's not overly sweet. Whereas Roja Dove Sweet Ayoud was overly gourmand, not overly gourmand, but very gourmand. And so it made it hard to be a daytime wear. This is absolutely toned down just to the right amount, where it's opulent for the nighttime and it's wearable for the daytime. In conclusion, Fragrance du Bois Voyage A Paris is a tribute to Parisian elegance and allure, blending this slight gourmand sweetness with this floral opulence and woody sophistication, all while pushing this into a scent that lingers beautifully for hours. Whether you're exploring like the cobblestone streets of Paris, or you simply want to channel that timeless romance that comes from the city of love, this fragrance is a perfect companion to a date night or a dinner night, an opulent night out, or a casual shopping day trip with your loved one. It's not just a perfume, it's a story, it's a memory, it's a journey in every spritz. That is Fragrance du Bois Voyage A Paris. And next up, I have Matiere Premiere's Crystal Saffron. Now, there is Crystal Saffron EDP and Crystal Saffron Extrait. Just go with the EDP. It's definitely strong enough, more than strong enough, easily over 12 hours. And this is more applicable to more situations. This is like a saffron that you have never smelled in your life. Now, saffron is made to give this sort of suede-like note. And when you get a suede-like note, just like the color, you kind of imagine brown. Well, crystal saffron, you kind of imagine, okay, there's like this clear, opaque sort of white aspect. Well, there is. Imagine a leather jacket that's brown, or a suede jacket that's brown. Well, now imagine that same suede jacket is almost crystal clear. Like, I don't even know how you could do that. Or you have a white suede jacket. That's what this scent evokes. It's totally different than any other saffron scent there has ever been on the market. Nothing comes close to this. And the longevity is outstanding. There's a few from this house where the longevity is just like everything you want and more. So the scent revolves around this sort of crystal saffron, where you get this duality of light and dark, warmth and also freshness. And if you're searching for a sophisticated, strong, minimalist fragrance that has outstanding performance, this is the one. From the opening, you get this spritz of vivid sparkle. It feels golden and slightly metallic, while also having this suede aspect. There's a brightness here, like the glint of the sun rays as they come through like a window. You're kind of getting that, and it's just sort of piercing onto you and giving you some like life. This fragrance has a luminous quality where it feels like it glows. And in the opening, there's this whisper of juniper berry. So that juniper berry is a fresh component, but it's just giving this like whisper of freshness, where you're mainly getting this warm, balancing depth of this darkest and lightness duality. And in the heart, this saffron note, this sort of suede-esque, metallic-esque essence starts to get deeper in the heart, in the mid. It really starts to open up. And that's even more so when this touch, this ever so slight touch of suede starts to come in even stronger. And that's when this fragrance even starts to feel different. I would say it transitions, but the transitions are so small. At this point, it starts to feel like the finest linen cloth of suede that you've ever bought in your life. It's intriguing. It's like almost a little balsamic. It's mysterious while also being so simple and so easygoing and still so strong. And then in the dry down, that's where Crystal Saffron sort of earns its name, where now it just feels radiant and bright while also having depth. Because this ambroxan comes in, and this is a very strong ambroxan, and it adds this luminous effect, this sort of glowing crystal effect to the whole composition. And in this dry down, the whole thing, it feels magnetic while also being understated. And understated in the way where this thing lasts for over 12 hours, but it stays within a foot of you. And that's really what you want when you want an attractive scent. You want a scent that somebody is in your bubble and they smell you and that's specific to you, but you now have that for the next 12 to 15 hours. It's one of those that if you pass by somebody and the wind hits you and they're a few feet away from you, they will smell you. But it won't be this attack of this overly sweet, gourmand, spicy sort of just, I can't, oh my gosh, somebody's wearing some fragrance. It's like, oh my gosh, what was that? Who was that? Where are they? I'm looking around to see who was wearing that. And like, and you're saying to your friend, did you smell that? So longevity, over 12 hours, is a scent that maintains its elegance and beauty and unfolds for the wearer along the time of the day. Perfect for intimate moments and larger gatherings. I wore a vanilla powder the other day that has the same longevity as this. We went out to a party and it was a get together with friends and there was about 10 people. And that scent was 12 hours in the making. And everybody, when they got close and when we started talking, they're like, oh my gosh, you smell amazing. My clothes smelled like that for like 2 days. These fragrances, a lot of this house is amazing. Final thoughts. Crystal Saffron is really worth it. It's a masterclass in understated luxury. Its radiant saffron counterpiece is perfectly balanced by fresh, slightly smoky, slightly musky, and slightly ambroxan nuances, creating a composition that feels both unique and timeless, with exceptional longevity, versatile wearability, and a refined elegance that stands out. This fragrance is a must-try for anyone looking to elevate their scent wardrobe. It's not just a fragrance, it's an expression of sophistication and light and dark, a glowing presence that lingers on the skin and in the memory, like the sun kissing you when you were a little child coming through the window. You remember what this feels like, and it feels like home. Whether you're a saffron enthusiast or simply appreciate artistry and perfumery, Crystal Saffron is an olfactory masterpiece that you won't want to miss. And next up is something I have been talking about and I have been pushing. I'm the only one that's reviewed this, and I want to send samples of this to the top reviewers so they can start telling you how good this really is, so you really believe me. Last time I did a video on this and Scent Rabbit had it on sale for like $70, $80. It's sold out. It's sold out. There had to be like 10 or 15 of them gone. And everybody wrote me back personal messages. Oh my gosh, this fragrance is so fire. I can't believe how good this is. You really know your stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just enjoy this one. I'm telling you, this is a masterpiece for what it is. This is Vertus Anka. And this is a fragrance of bold contrast. And before I get into it, I just want to say that really what I mainly get from Vertus Anka is a unique blend of something that is along the lines of Ganymede and vanilla oud, but then added in other notes to make it just a little bit more interesting, and not just like you blended these two together, but you made your own unique composition. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And the longevity on this is dumb long. Dumb long. And this is one where I'll put this on and 6 hours later, I'm walking in a hallway and someone chases me down to say, what are you wearing? It smells amazing. Guys, girls, everybody loves it. Unisex down the middle. Everybody can wear this one. It's a masterpiece. It exudes depth, sophistication. It's a scent that if you want to leave a long-lasting impression, warm, spicy, sweet, woody, little bit suede-y, little bit minerally, a little bit fruity, tiniest bit, elegant, bold. This also has this sort of metallic saffron note, the same as Ganymede. Then it has this sweetness, kind of like vanilla oud. Now, this fragrance is super sweet. And imagine you cut this down and mix half of this with water, threw in a few mulled spices and a few woods. That's what you would be mixing with this. So this is nowhere near as sweet as vanilla oud. it just has this perfect amount of sweetness, not even close to gourmand, just very well done, perfectly well done on its sweetness. A whisper of musk in this. And like I said, longevity is outstanding beyond 12 hours. This is probably top 4 strongest fragrances in the whole collection. I mean, if you ever smell Ganymede, you know how long lasting Ganymede is and how this is can be off-putting. Some people hate it or love it. It smells like a hospital. Some people just love it. I personally love it. This is a more accessible, easier wear version of if you mixed Ganymede and vanilla oud. Outstanding. Versatility, anytime, anywhere. Anywhere you would wear Ganymede or you would wear vanilla oud. Cooler weather, evening wear, winter wear, formal wear, date night wear, masculine wear. A woman stopped me and asked me what I was wearing and said, "Where can I get this?" So apparently women like it too. Refined, elegant, sophisticated, easygoing, just everything that is bold and rich. So in conclusion, Vertus Anka is a fragrance for those who want to stand out without shouting. It's a luxurious blend of saffron, leather, oud, amber, spices, woods, mineral accords, and it's an unforgettable sensory experience. While it sits 12 plus hours in longevity, it ensures that you never go without its presence. If you value craftsmanship, depth, and elegance in your fragrances, Anka is an undeniable must-have. Like, comment, and hit that subscribe button for more perfume reviews.
Sense of art.